You go to Europe, you see architects developing along the lakes, rivers, and having canals and all that. What are we doing? You have a lot of bamboo. People are using it in it's destroying their farms. I mean, all these things can be used. But it looks as if, once somebody is appointed, he gets there and he's doing his own thing. They are to drive investment into some parts of the region. And I asked the district chief executive, municipal assemblies, you want us to attract investors. There isn't 3-4-star hotels there. The hotels are not well kept. The deputy director of tourism or CEO of tourism, please look at it. They are not well kept. Who will drive 7 hours from Accra to a region, get into a hospitality center which is not functional? I'm using the key word here, functional. So I think that collectively, again back to you, you go to Utrecht, you see somebody who is 85 years, is an architect. Somebody is also an architect trainee. He has supervised that architect since 35. Any work that architect does or is producing will be taken by this 95 years. Old man, what are we doing here? After logging our issues when we want to get your stamp as architect, what happens? So again, if you come to the engineering side, we say the same thing. The digital assemblies, you get there, and they don't have qualified engineers. They don't have civil people running the centers. You have good, areas plan, and you can see for a fact that this is just like waiting. If there is any fire, there is no way a fire station can move a vehicle and have access to that point. What are we doing? Some of them are even service land that people have changed purpose, changed use, and it's as if we are waiting for God to come tomorrow. So, let's destroy the earth that we've been given. So I think that professionals, be it surveyors, engineers, architects, planners, after this section, should come out with an action plan and force, government, force development and planning units to do the right thing. And if our people are graduating from school, I believe that we should encourage coaching, mentorship till the person leaves this earth. That is the only way we can drive the change you're calling for. Thank you very much.
I think with what you said it also. Okay, gender balance. Okay, you want to answer?
Point that you raised with OT, Regina, I'm sure what you said is right. In fact, we are working towards getting a regional office in OT region. Because in Volta region, our regional office is based in Ho. And sometimes proximity and the monitoring, spot checking and all that becomes a bit of a challenge. So now we're setting an office in these places so that we can consistently monitor and then spot check this unit to put them on their toes. So you are right. But we are working to address that. Thank you.
Lady? Yeah, there's a gender balance.
Thank you. My name is Shimon Providence. I'm an interior designer, FFE specialist, and I just wanted to just make a few points. And first of all, I commend the work in Not Limited to Ghana alone. The next thing is that I believe that in the curriculum for architects, that there needs to be a consciousness that's involved in the curriculum. They need to understand their full purpose and not become an architect because it has a great name, like it's a doctor. It's an accountant. Students that are proposing to become outdoor specifications on doors. So this is a bigger discussion. I think that there needs to be a consciousness that an architect needs to have. I'm going to architecture school and making my family proud for what? How does this serve me? Am I a patriot of my country? Am I looking just to take anything smoking out of Ghana? What everybody is not realizing is you are an extension of the Ministry of Tourism. I just want that to be clear because I may not have a chance to speak to every single person here, right? I'm in your industry, and we have a lot of businessmen who want to wash money, and everybody's a developer. No, do not allow it. right? A draftsman cannot be an architect's job. A draftsman is the secondary, an actual CAD design, an actual drawing. And the project man...
In fact, every assembly has a qualified engineer. There's no assembly in Ghana. We have 260 assemblies. So 261 now because of this assembly. And every assembly has a qualified engineer. When I say qualified, every assembly has an engineer who is from a university. And when you die, every engineer from a university is a qualified engineer. That's what we know. You can differ from you. That's what I know. Wow. And also, somebody was asking, the future planning of the Minister Coordinating Data and the surveyor, and the quality surveyor, all these are the composition of those who sit down and give a permit. Just be brief, okay? Let's ask the question. So I'll just tell you that we have a professional body, like the one of us who sit down and approve permits. Yeah. That's one. And the two, we also have, every assembly has a qualified engineer. That's the two answers I want to tell. Thank you very much. I respond. First of all, thank you very much for your comment. We've recognized and we realized that a lot of people who come out of school, finish engineering and do not become members of the Institution of Engineers. Those people, per law, are not engineers. Likewise, if you're an architect who finishes the School of Architecture, and even when you put yourself on the Register of Architects, read the Architects Act 1969, NLCD 6357, if this year I'm a registered architect, and next year I don't pay the dues, I'm not a registered architect, the fact that I'm on the list. So if we go again and we check at your municipalities, we'll demand from them reports on what it is they are doing there. If really they are proper engineers and architects, and I'm happy that when you mentioned that there should be no architects in there. It's not shocking. Look at the environment we are building. Are we happy with the environment we are building? Are we really happy with what we are building? And again, to answer your question as an interior designer, this may sound a little harsh, but professional business is for people who have a passion for what they are about to do. Today, that is not what we have in this country. I wasn't interviewed before when I got to Tech, but I had applied to other schools here and abroad. And even up to today, before you do it like architecture, you have to write a statement of purpose. You have to prove to the school that this is what you want to do. When we have today, they call something fee paying. Once you pay, you go to the school. So we have very untalented people and people who have really no interest to be in the building space entering that course. It's really a travesty. It's wrong. And we need to stop, because once these people come out and they become practicing architects, they will obviously not a thing about the built environment. If you check medical school, and we are advocating at the institute that this will be reinstituted. In fact, even at the level of the institute, I'll give you statistics. And since I became secretary and we started running the exams at the institute, last year, 58 presented themselves. These 58 have served 8 years in the practice of architecture and wanted to be properly put on the register. When we did the interviews of 58, only 30 came out from that 58. Sifted out 20. Because they weren't up to par, and we showed them, go back and go and do this, and if you are still not up to par, maybe they come and write the exam, they 38, 35 passed. So we have to put the system in place. We need to be hard about these things, or else our built environment is not going anywhere. I hope I've answered the question. Thank you. Thank you so much. What I will say is that's why it's now very important that the engineering council, I hope you know, now insisting that all of us as engineers, we must be licensed. So we have two bodies, there's the Ghana Institute of Engineers and Institute of Engineering Technology. They are the two bodies that must recommend you for license. So it's very important. As we said, a lot of things are going on. That's why now even the engineering council is now trying to make sure that all institutions that are training engineers, their syllabus will pass through the engineering council for them to give them the go-ahead to influence the goals. A lot of things are going on. That is not fair. So at this juncture, I mean, we have a lot to say, but this time. We'll come to the next one. Maybe you ask a question after the second. It's also very interesting. Now we want to call our second speaker to come and talk. Yeah, let's invite our second speaker. Yeah, please. Yes.
Thank you very much. I must say I have really enjoyed myself, and very interesting observations and suggestions being made. It's simply how we build resources as a result of our coming together, the resources that come out of our getting together to look at issues that confront all of us, instead of operating individually and separately from each other. And I'm very glad that we have a broad spectrum of participants here. And if I should say, I think that going forward, we should bring the very chiefs who are the custodians of our land. A lot of the mess we see around in the built environment can be traced all the way back to the chiefs whose land multiple sales. There's a place in Accra called Sowuturum, and those of you who do not know the history, Sowuturum means hold your gun. Hold your gun. And it comes from a real life experience in that part of Accra, where if you buy land and you are building, you have to have people who are guarding you as you are digging the ground. Because it is possible that others can come and attack you and take your land, claim your land from you. And this comes from the fact that the built environment is controlled by people who are clueless, totally clueless about how we use land. They may be custodians of the land, but they may not necessarily be people who know the use of land, the proper use of land, like the professional architects and engineers do. So they sell water bodies, people building water areas and all that. They just want their money because they are custodians of the land. So this is just an aside.